This is an impression of the game Rhodes from the Game Master. It's a light expert game in which you are one of the Greek farmers who produces different kinds of exotic goods like wine, goat milk, olives or grain. Less exotic, but okay. So you build your own economy by adding new tiles to your farm, and you can do a lot of development in the game. There's real actual Greek money in the game, and the aim of the game is to get the most victory points at the end of the game. Here you have the scoring track, of course, and this is a setup for 3 players. And normally you also start here. At this overview you can already see how much money you get at the start depending on the number of players, the number of ships and tiles you may choose. Rhodes is a light expert game which takes about 60 to 90 minutes, and it's for 2 to 5 players with strong interaction but also quite a lot of control, because there's hardly no luck in the game, and there are several strategic options. It's also light because it's accessible to play. I'm going to explain the 6 actions in the game. Each player has 2 action markers, so it's a worker placement. And for instance, the blue player chooses with his action marker one of the 6 actions. For instance, the production field. Here you need to choose 2 tiles and you produce the different goods. They will be distributed around the island, so it can also have effect on other players who also produce wine or milk, for instance. If you have the goods, you bring them, you have them on your harbor, and you can on your farm, and you can harvest it and bring it to the harbor, which is harvesting, getting your stuff from your farm and pushing one of your ships into the harbor, of course with goods on it. This way you're pushing the price down, which is fun and interesting for other players to buy stuff. Here you can buy, if you choose harbor, you can buy one of the goods or more of the goods if you have the money, and you can fulfill one of the assignments. The assignments are easy in the beginning, but later on they get harder, and for instance on level 2 you also need gold. The game ends as soon as this stack of tiles is depleted. Then you finish the round, and if you cannot fulfill if you cannot refill the assignments, then that's the last round. Everybody does his second action and then it's finished. But I can also choose to go to the town hall. There I can buy new tiles. Or I can go to the market. There I can get money. I sell the products from the land for 5 each. So I can get these nice money. Or I want to have victory points. I'm going to exchange it, the drachman I have, for a nice rate. At the end of the game, your money is worth less victory points, or gold you can also transfer into victory points. One last asset is important to explain to you. When all players have done their second action, in this order, now the player who was last in this round, this is why it's also such an exciting game when you're playing with 2, 3, 4 or 5 players. The last player may choose first if he wants to be the first one to play, for sure, but he has to pay things like money, 3 or 1. If he goes down, he gets stuff. So the players choose, for instance, and they go into the next round. The aim of the game is to get the most victory points at the end of the game. It's an accessible light expert with great interaction, fun to play.